Yo, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chuck. Thank you very much for being here. And we have another market update for you today. And my God, have things moved in the last 4 days that we last spoke, or 3 days. Riftbound is continuing to see a giant influx of people coming in, running up prices on a lot of things. So I'm going to be covering sealed, which is primarily my focus, but I think there's a ton of opportunity in promos and certain cards. We're going to cover the ones that have really caught my eye as I was looking through eBay. So first of all, let's start with Origins. I don't know if you've noticed, but boxes are currently $270 and they're not slowing down at all. 11, 32, 17, 13, 604 sold in the last month, 106 currently listed, which is absolutely wild. I think just days ago they were like 215, 220 the last time we talked about it. Origins is the best set that Riftbound has made so far, and it is the first set that Riftbound ever made, obviously. So when you look at other TCGs and you look at the first boxes from those TCGs, it makes a lot of sense that there's a lot more interest coming into the set. It's also the best set of the three, let's be very clear. But I think people are speculating long term, like, you know what? Riftbound has a pretty strong IP backing it. There's a lot of Giga nerds, myself included, who play League and are really interested in the card aspect of Riftbound. There's a lot of overlap in collectors there. And I think that's kind of a thing that's underspoken a little bit when people talk about Riftbound. It's a bunch of Giga nerds, right? So I know there's Arcane too. Arcane's like a popular show, but to me, that's League of Legends is what drives Riftbound primarily, and the game is continuing to grow. It's doing incredibly well locally. Lots of regional scenes are thriving actually, and when you look at Riftbound booths at vending shows, Riftbound is doing well, man. It's definitely doing well, and I think Origins is still one of the best places to park some money if you're taking a stab at Riftbound for sure. And I think Spirit Forged is also a phenomenal set, also doing incredibly well. I still think this Teemo signature at $400 or $500 is pretty undervalued in my opinion. These are very hard to pull. And this art is really great for this Teemo. Obviously, we have the Ari, the Irelia, and the Vayne, all extremely expensive at this point. I think this theme, the theme of this set is going to age like wine, and we're already starting to see that with a number of, or with the boxes. The boxes are pushing $170 right now. I picked up a case recently at MSRP, which was $120 a box plus tax. Came out to like $700 or something. Look at the buyout on cases 6, 7, 3, 4, 8. A lot of quantity getting sold here. So I'm expecting quite a bit to happen here for Spirit Forged as it continues to age. Obviously, there's a huge question mark with Spirit Forged, or with Riftbound, I should say, just regarding reprints. 4 sets a year, so not a ton of product hitting the market. Or I'm sorry, the literally opposite of what I just said. 4 sets a year, so potentially higher reprints of specific sets, and these are going to be in rotation, I believe, until set 10 comes out. We're about to have set 4 with Vendetta, which isn't the greatest set in the world, by the way, but it's not bad. It seems all right. So we'll have to see what happens there. I wouldn't be surprised if we got more reprints in the future, but it seems like Riftbound's in a good spot right now. All of the Origins is out there. A lot of it got ripped. I know some cards are continuing to increase in price, but it doesn't feel like people are like struggling to get cards, and that's definitely not true with Unleashed and Spirit Forged, I might add. And I think Vendetta will be the same way. Here's your first wave boxes. I honestly think that first wave boxes are the best sealed investment in Riftbound. Maybe. As far as booster boxes go, look, first wave, they're not getting a reprint. The bottoms of the boxes are different. It seems unlikely that they're going to print that design again. When you look at one piece, look at the premium difference between them. I think a wave one first print, bold bottom box, as they say, is a phenomenal investment if you can find one at a decent price. And I'm sure there are opportunities out there where you can maybe find them and people may not even know. But definitely worth taking a flyer on first wave boxes. I mean, they sell for a bit of a premium, but if you get a good deal on them, that is probably the stilled product that you want to have. $400 here for another one. They're selling north of $375 at this point. And I don't see that changing anytime soon, quite frankly. And you can tell because, in case you didn't know, you can Google it online. In case you didn't know, the design here with these logos is it's a bit different on the second wave boxes. It doesn't have the left side here that I'm highlighting, the little C and the E. I don't know what they are. And I think it's a bit more bolded on the barcode. It's pretty obvious, so you can definitely tell the difference, but I think it's worth. Swift Scout is, I mean, the World's Teemo, the Panda Teemo, selling for $900. The box is selling for like $1,100. No, people are saying it's not sustainable, it's going to come down in price. It ain't coming down in price because there just aren't that many of them out there at this point. I honestly don't see prices on a card like this dropping anytime soon. It is the first Worlds bundle that there is, essentially. So it's going to hold a premium and will continue to do well. Here's a Worlds bundle. 1,200 best offer taken. You're not going to see many of these going forward for real. Origins Misfortune, like all the signatures are getting super, super expensive. And the same is going to be true for Spirit Forged. Okay. Now, I'm not super crazy about the design of signatures. However, they're so rare. And that's the thing that matters more than anything else. If you've invested in cards, if you've purchased cards, the rarer, the better. And I just think signatures are probably going to be a good purchase across all sets going forward. The poros, a lot of these are, especially in Unleashed, are moving up in price. I mean, overnumbered alt arts, they connect, and I think, honestly, these are very interesting to me. They are very popular amongst collectors. They're being picked up at shows pretty frequently from what I've seen. And I think, if you can find them at a good price, it's going to make a lot of sense for many people. And they're really, really cool too. Again, connected art, Poro character, so to speak. So I honestly think that if you can find these at good prices, also going to be a phenomenal deal. We just had an auction end on these Vayne signature from Spirit Forged. I think this card rocks. I think it's going to do really well. It's already doing very well. PSA 10, pop 235, total pop 249. So basically, if somebody's pulling it, they are grading it. That is basically what is happening. Makes perfect sense. It is $5,500 in a 10. If you don't think Spirit Forge isn't going to go up in price, I don't know what to tell you, man. Wild, wild stuff. The Arcane box set has basically doubled in price overnight. It is now $800. It was previously $400 or $500 for a while. And even longer before that, it was, a few $100, maybe. This has I believe 8 promos inside. You've already seen them before. Those are also going to be increasing in price if they haven't already. Looking at the Caitlyn. Great grading plays on these. A lot of people buying these, opening them, grading them, and then, selling them off or whatever. But this is going to be a great pickup in the future. Of course, now it's $800, so it's kind of brutal. But I think this is a phenomenal product. Incorporates the show into a product. Man, $800 is absolutely wild. The Yasuo and Jinx MSI promos from Korea that came out recently have definitely dropped in price. I think the Jinx is sitting around 80. The Yasuo is maybe closer to 300 or 400 at this point. Maybe 300. This is a pretty good deal here. 340 for a pair, essentially. This Yasuo card is absolutely phenomenal, and I think it's one of the best cards that Riftbound has seen. Time will tell if they come out in English, but as it stands, these are currently MSI Korean exclusive promos. The Yasuo is a lot harder to get from a lottery at the event, which is why they're more expensive, but also it's just a way better card. I think they're honestly probably pretty good pickups, especially if you're grading them, and I bet the gem rates are decent. And finally, we will end off with the Irelia gift box here, the Lunar New Year gift box. These are up to $140 roughly. The promos moving up in price too. I always said these were good buys. I bought a bunch at 80, and I'm glad I did. I'm still deciding if I want to open them to grade them. I think it is going to be the right play for me, but probably cool just to keep one of these sealed, maybe two, you know. But as it stands, Riftbound is not slowing down. We're going to continue to cover them as time goes on. But man, if you're in Riftbound right now, things are crazy. I mean, if you have singles and you're up a ton on them, probably not the worst time to take profits. But I think there's so much potential with promos, and people just don't really know too much about the right things to buy. I think that's kind of the theme here. So let me know y'all's thoughts down below. Would be very curious to hear what y'all think. And I will see you very soon in the next one. Goodbye.